Welcome to NIS YouTube channel. Dear students, so in the previous class we discussed regarding primary key. So what is primary key? The primary key is a concept comes in a database management system. So when you apply a primary key to any one column in a created table, so that particular field or that particular column should not be null, and as well as it doesn't take any duplicate values. So this is what we discussed, that is a primary key. Okay, so and also we discussed the database management system. We have the different type of softwares we have in a database management system. We discussed RDBMS, that is relational database management system. So relational database management system, it helps us to build a relationship between the two tables in a database server, right? So today we will see, so when you create a table and when you prepare fields, in the sense columns. So here I have a table called student name, student. Okay, so here I have created a table called student table. So in the student table, here I have a student roll number, student name, marks scored in the English, Kannada and mathematics. So you already know that how to create a dot. So today in this table, the concept of database or the properties of the table already we discussed. Like we have a column, student rule number column. This student rule number column we call it as field. We call it as a field. Okay. So in a DBMS or in a RDBMS concept, okay, the terminology field in the sense the created column. And then we have a rows, right? So rows means that particular person or particular student complete a record, we call it as a row. So row is also we call it as a record, right? So and then we have fields we have. Okay, so now today we will see regarding the data types. Okay, so data types means what, or what is the meaning of data type? So data type means what type of data a column or a field it holds. So that we call it as data type. So in a created table we have different type of fields, just what we have discussed: roll number, student name, marks, total marks, percentage, date of birth, right? So in a created field, so the field, what type of data it should hold, so that we have to define. As a user, we have to define that what type of data type, what type of the data that particular field should be holds. So here I have done that database data in RDBMS is stored in the form of tables. So you already know, right? So whatever the data information we stored in a database, it's stored in the form of tables. So next, data types identifies what type of data each field can hold, right? So as a user I have to define that the student roll number field should hold this type of data. Okay, so in the last class we discussed regarding the different types of data. So here we have data types. First one is text data type, next we have memo data type, number data type, auto number data type and default values. So these are the different type of data types we have. So first we will see what is text data type. So text data type, the name itself says that it is a text data, right? Suppose for the field, whatever the tables we have created, in that table we have field. So in the field, for which field we have applied the text data type, that particular field should hold only the text, right? Suppose student name is there. So for the student name, while creating the table, as a user I will apply it should hold only the text data type. Okay, only the text data type. So if I apply text data type, the student name, in the student name field, whatever you will insert, it will take it as a text. Not only the alphabet, even the number also. Suppose in a text data type, suppose if we enter number 2, right? So 2 is the number, but you have applied the text data type. So when you apply text data type for the field, when we enter the value 2, it is not a number, it is just a text. Okay, so it is converted as a text, right? So here for the student name I will apply text data type, right? So next we have memo data type. We have a memo data type. So what is memo data type? So memo data type is nothing but it is a long text. We call it as it is a long text. So what is the difference between these two, text data type and memo data type? So the difference is text data type, it holds the maximum 255 characters. Okay, so it holds only 255 characters. But whereas long text data type, long text memo data type, it holds around 65,000 text data types, 65 characters, right? So memo data type, it holds around 65,000 characters it holds. Okay, so for which field we have to apply the demo data type, and for which type of field we have to apply text data type. So here I have a student name. So for the student name, the 255 character, it's enough, right? So then you have to apply the text data type. So no need to go for the memo data type, right? So the maximum student name should be is very less, right? So no need to apply the memo or long text data type for the student name. So suppose in a table I have a field called a description or a student description. So something summary we have to write in that particular field. In such field, for such field, we can apply memo data type. So why? Because you are writing the summary that particular student, right? So in that condition, you need to apply memo data type, right? Next we have number data type. So for the number data type, come to the marks, right? So here I have in the table, I have a field called marks, percentage, right? Total number of marks, right? So if we have any calculation related fields, so for such field you can go for the number data type. Okay, and next we have a auto number. Okay, so very important concept, that is auto number. So what is auto number? The name itself is a auto number. Automatically that data type will give the number, right? Suppose for the student roll number, if I apply auto number, right? If I apply auto number for the student roll number, so whenever you insert the student name as Rakesh, so roll number will be take number 1, and when you go for the student name as Ramesh, next one automatically takes the number 2, so on. So like that it takes the values. So this is what we call it as a auto number. So in data types, another 2 to 3 data types we have, so that we will see in the next class. Thank you.